Hello and welcome to another podcast from Unfound Help and myself. I'm Ross Martin. Happy New Year, everyone, and Happy New Year, Katherine.
Thank you.
I'm actually joined today by Katherine Frost, who is the head of business development at Applegate. So today we're going to talk with a representative from Applegate, being Katherine, and we're going to see what Applegate's about, what they provide, what their business does, and what they do to help other businesses. Katherine, would you like a little brief introduction about who you are and what you do in the company?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Ross. So firstly, it's great to be here. I am the head of business development, as you say, here at Applegate Marketplace. We're the UK's leading business-to-business marketplace, and my role involves running and leading the sales team, driving different initiatives, strategies across the business, rolling out various new initiatives. For example, we've recently partnered with Europages, as you know, and essentially leading and holding up the sales team here at Applegate with a great team.
One definitely keeps busy on a daily basis then.
Yes, definitely, yeah. There's no rest for the wicked.
I'm just reading about Applegate and what you do, and I know myself and yourself, we have actually spoken before because I use Europages, and that's how we sort of met, through a meeting of such. And then I asked you to come on and see if you would like to speak about Applegate and what you do. So there's a few questions I'll just sort of ask you, and we can lead on from there. So Applegate, how does it work from sort of the get-go, and why would people choose to work with Applegate, and sort of how does it benefit, B2B businesses?
Of course. So essentially, we are a B2B marketplace, and I suppose not everyone is familiar with that term. But a B2B marketplace is a platform that connects buyers with suppliers. So we're used by businesses such as Rolls-Royce, BMW, lots of large county councils, universities, who are essentially looking to find a new supplier. Now, of course, we attract a lot of SMEs as well, who are looking to find new suppliers of products and services. And what our platform allows them to do is connect with sellers of these things quickly and easily. So, for example, for a seller or a supplier, what that would mean is they would receive really defined requirements from these businesses, and essentially partner with them and supply them with the services that they are selling. So it's just a great way to buy and sell for businesses, and drive new business and get lots of leads.
So you help like you mentioned, SME, which is the small to medium sort of enterprises.
Yes. Yeah.
I like to some people listen to our podcast and they may not necessarily know what SME is or B2B is. So we explain and inform people about what it is. So SME is a small to medium enterprise, which Applegate allows bigger companies or entities, organizations, or even government use. We're talking about councils and stuff like that. It allows yourselves to provide that platform, and then SMEs can go on there as a seller, and a council can come in as a buyer, and it helps to connect the two together.
Exactly. Yeah. Bang
on. So that's the benefit of B2B industry and the companies of such. So does Applegate only work within the United Kingdom? Do you target Europe? Do you target anywhere else? Or are you really just focusing on the United Kingdom markets right now?
So Applegate generally is a UK platform, although we attract buyers from all across the board. University of Michigan, for example, in the US, various different organisations globally will use us. However, our target is very much the UK market. But as you know, Europages as well, they're a great platform that we work with throughout Europe. They're a partner of ours. So businesses who are looking for that kind of European exposure and to export their products into Europe, we are able to offer them a solution for that as well. But that is in the form of our partner company, Europages, who are fantastic at doing that. And they've been established for even longer than Applegate. I think the Visible Group actually started in 1936, so probably not the internet back then, but
not quite.
No, not quite, but other forms of connecting buyers with suppliers. So combined as partners, we are very long-standing in the markets as well.
So combined with Europages, you're then able to target the European market, which even myself, I have a page or a profile on Europages. I even see a lot of traffic coming in from, the Southeast, East Asia. I even have people coming in from America, but a lot of them do come from Europe. So it does help businesses in the United Kingdom if you are looking for business, not just in the UK, but to try and bring in other businesses or business, if you want to say, from Europe. It really helps with that as well.
Definitely, and I think that's the thing that a lot of companies struggle with, isn't it? Is getting this kind of global exposure. It's where do I go? Like, how do I get in front of this kind of audience? And especially with Google being so competitive, like you probably find yourself with businesses, it's hard to get that exposure, isn't it? And to make sure you're not being buried amongst the huge players in industries. So yeah, it's a great way of kind of generating that exposure for smaller companies.
Yeah, it's difficult for smaller companies because smaller companies only have a budget that they can work with, and it's minute compared to very large, businesses and whatnot. So they are able to work on that. So if you are a small business, look at Applegate, look at Europages, which can help you to try and find different types of customers. Even if your mindset is, I only want to, bring in buyers which are consumers, being your direct customers, why don't you look at potentially going into the business realm of working with another business? It brings in a whole different spectrum of not just income, but also opportunities as well.
Yeah, and the marketing trends are so different, aren't they? As you probably see, like from business to consumer to business, it's a much steadier stream of I guess income for a lot of companies to work with other companies, because you're not reliant on consumer trends as much, are you?
No, consumer trends, it's all very sort of seasonal based, and you can see that. You can see that during, say, November, December, especially because it's Black Friday or Cyber Monday, and then there's Christmas, sales go up. Then they drop down, January, February, because everyone spent their money.
Yeah.
Then it goes back up again when there's like summer sales or Easter and stuff. So it's only trended during particular parts of the year. Now with business, it's throughout. A business has to run, and I as a business also have to run. So you can work with another business and have that constant flow throughout the year. And then you can have the additional sales through consumers.
Exactly that. And I think, like you say, it's kind of it does ensure that you are getting that steady income, isn't it? And constant orders, and like you say, seasonal is it is definitely more of a consumer trend, isn't it, than a B2B trend.
Exactly. I see that even on your website, of Applegate's website, shall I say, you talk a lot about carbon neutrality or ratings and that sort of things. Is this something Applegate as well as Europages, I'm not sure, you are really trying to focus in now? Because I know the United Kingdom, they're looking forward to a more carbon neutral country, or United Kingdom, if you want to say. So is this something that you as a company have in mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's something we've always been conscious of. And it's funny you should say, because we've actually started a local initiative called Supply Devon, whereby we connect buyers and suppliers within the Devon region to really help to reduce carbon emissions, to encourage local buying and selling. And it just means as well that, money is staying within the region rather than, within the local economy. Just meaning that we are as a region benefiting more rather than buying outside of the UK, outside of the county, and it just helps to connect local buyers and suppliers. And once again, we're used by a lot of councils within Devon who are using this to not only reduce their carbon emissions, but to work with more local suppliers as well. So it's just creating this really nice local ethos to reduce those emissions and drive the local economy.
Yeah, people need to start looking more towards the future now. They need to see what being carbon neutral or offsetting your carbon footprint it will help because we can see what the effects are in the happening in the world right now. You have a program called ESG Better program, which is, you know, to gain further competitive advantage. What is that, as it is something to do with this carbon neutrality?
So in terms of the ESG, that's not something I'm 100% familiar with, unfortunately. So I don't have the answer for that question in particular, but I can absolutely provide that. So yeah, we can relay that to the listeners at a later date. I think
at least it's a program that you guys are trying to work towards, which again is, say, consulting businesses about how they can help offset their footprints or how they can become a bit more carbon neutral. Is probably something along those lines of at least.
Absolutely, and I think with Supplier Devon in particular, so it's something I don't have as much involvement in within the company. However, I know there are some great kind of schemes and support happening along those lines. So yeah, I think that's definitely the definition and use of that as well.
Yeah, we like to, you know, provide listeners and people I work with. I work with a lot of small business owners as well. Yeah. I like to provide them all this information so they can see what's happening, because I've spoken to many small business owners and they're all like, but how do I do this? Where's this coming from? What do I do? Or how can I, you know, get found and stuff? So that's where I try to, you know, connect with companies like yourselves, try and find out more information about what's happening within the industry and then provide them the information. And that's what I'm trying to do with sort of particular programs of this.
Of course. No, and I think that's a great thing, because like you say, I think even these days it's so hard for small businesses to know where to go to get that kind of information. So yeah, absolutely beneficial.
Now, Applegate works on an AI system. How does that sort of work for people to, you know, get help with on their businesses, if you want to say?
So our AI system has been developed in-house. So it's quite an advanced artificial intelligence system that works off of a taxonomy basis and matches buyers specifically with the products and services that a supplier is selling. So a buyer would come through and tell us the exact kind of product that they're looking to purchase from suppliers. And then a supplier's categorization of their products and services allows our system to match them specifically with the buyer's requirement. So for a buyer, it means they're only getting the most relevant and right suppliers for them. And as a supplier with us, it means you're only receiving the most defined and relevant requirements for your business. So it just once again creates a really streamlined route to buy and sell for both the buyer and the seller.
For the AI system, have you worked with any sort of particular people to sort of, you know, help streamline the system, or did it do it all in-house?
No, so we actually worked with Exeter University to develop that initially as well. And also we've worked closely with a company called Geiston to help develop some of these systems and to improve our own machine learning as well. So yeah, they are two entities that have been really involved in that with us. And it works really well. It provides it provides a much more streamlined experience once again for both the buyer and seller. So yeah, we work closely with those two organisations too.
Yeah, I suppose not everyone can do everything themselves. Sometimes you need a bit of that, you know, extra help from the outside.
I certainly didn't develop it. Yeah. We've got some great tech guys. Yeah, that's it. 4 heads are better than one.
Precisely. So you keep on talking about, you know, Devon. So I assume that Applegate is based in Devon. Is this because the CEO is from Devon and he started the company there? And how long has the company been going on for? And did he have a vision of what he wanted to do?
No, so the company did start 25 years ago, and at that time it was a family-owned company. They grew, adapted, and started to create what it is today, of course. And then Stuart, our current CEO, so Stuart Brocklehurst, he took over the company. If he's listening to this, around 6 or 7 years ago, and he's then developed it to be what it is today. Now, it was created and founded in North Devon. But I think Stuart's reason for them wanting to grow the business in North Devon and to continue it within the area is he actually had a vision of a kind of employment as well, whereby he wanted to create a a great kind of company for local candidates to work for. I think that it's quite, not rare, but there aren't many large technology companies like us based in North Devon. And our CEO was quite keen to make sure that, he could grow and nurture local candidates and colleagues and to help to grow the local economy as well. So rather than kind of relocating into a city or what have you, it was a natural decision for the company to remain in North Devon. And actually, worth touching, that vision kind of is shown continuously through things like we have an apprenticeship scheme here at Applegate, whereby we work with Petra at the college, and we have a couple of colleagues on our apprenticeship scheme, where we kind of help to coach and train them as well with a qualification at the end for them.
So Applegate really is sort of filling the whole spectrum of going carbon neutral, helping the society around them, as well as something they've actually done during the pandemic, which has actually helped the United Kingdom in a particular way, which is something I wanted to get onto as well, which is something that, again, your CEO, Stuart Brocklehurst, was recognised actually during, if you want to say, a parliamentary NHS Debate, I believe it was, when your North Devon MP brought it up that she would like to recognise what he had done for not just Devon or North Devon, but also the United Kingdom, providing PPE throughout the COVID-19, pandemic, which we're still going through. And is that something that you as Applegate are still helping to provide?
So, and thanks for mentioning that. So actually, at that time, there was that awful gap between supply and demand for PPE, and people simply didn't know where to go to purchase. So what we actually set up was a COVID supply hub, which enabled buyers and sellers to connect completely for free. That we kind of carried them through the process as well, to help to, like I say, bridge that gap and make sure people weren't going without. So we helped thousands of kind of care homes, companies, even NHS trusts, and through that time, I think we helped. It's a huge amount of PPE that we helped to get to where it needed to be. But now at this time, I believe it's still being given out by the government for free, because I think they had a huge amount that they had kind of accrued as well themselves. So it's not it's not in such demand at the moment. However, at the time, that was something we worked really, really heavily on. And something the company's really proud of.
It's something that, the company and people that work within the company should be proud of, because at certain times people have to come together. And if that's what a CEO can do to, provide, I congratulate him for, something like that. So well done for that, and well done for Applegate on that. Many people needed it, and at least some people stood up and provided.
Oh, thank you, Russ. No, that's great to hear. I'll pass that on. The team will love to hear that.
You're most welcome. Pardon me. Now, Applegate itself, you have a platform which you can become a member on. You can sign up. Is there a particular sign-up process which they can go through, and who can they reach out to for doing that?
Of course. So we, for us, we always want to talk to our potential suppliers, because it's not only important that we are a good fit for you, it's also important for us that, vice versa. We want to make sure that our suppliers are going to get a good return on our platform, that they're a good option for our buyers. So a demonstration is always required. So we would encourage you guys to book a demo with us if that's something you would see fit, through our website and through our get in touch buttons on the website too. We would then, go through a demonstration process with our potential suppliers, show them around the site. We'd want to learn, a lot about you guys as a supplier, what you're currently doing to drive new business, what your sectors are, your target audiences. And then once it becomes apparent there's a good fit from both ends, we would invite you to join as a supplier. We'd sign you up to our platform, and we would get you quoting to our buyers straight away, start to build the exposure, and then we'd support our suppliers with an account executive as well. The process would involve talking to one of the team briefly, making sure there's a good fit, understanding more about each other's businesses, and then simply, getting them online and getting some new business through.
I think business for everyone is quite good. Everyone needs the business. No, it's good. But do you have any sign-up fees or anything like that, or is it people, sort of free to sign up, provided they've gone through the process that you were just talking about?
No, so that is, of course, the bottom line is very important. So yeah, we do charge a small fee to our suppliers. Now, that is varying dependent on their services and their products. So for example, an industry that's in very high demand just may have a slightly higher subscription fee than an industry that isn't quite as busy, of course. Now, that's once again why it's important for us just to have a quick chat and understand what your services are. And the great thing about having a fixed fee as well is, unlike other forms of marketing that could be commission-based, for example, we've had clients win £300,000 orders and all they've paid us is their small annual fee. We don't take a cut out because we would never want to reduce their chances of winning business by them having to increase it to incur a commission. So yeah, flat annual fee based on your products and services. It's as easy as that.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. When I've spoken to people before and they're like, yeah, so we can do this, and this. Oh, and by the way. So,
added extras.
Yeah, so that's why I like to ask of what are people, going to come up against? Do they have a set annual fee? Do they have it, like you were mentioning, it's based on what they're going to bring in? Some people do take commission, which, like you also mentioned, is a bit of it's a grab out of people's pockets, and it's a bit harsh sometimes, but different businesses have different,
of course,
ways of doing things.
And we don't want to charge you to be successful. It's great. Yeah, you want an order now? Give us £100,000. It's not it's not a good way. It's not always a good way to do business. So yeah, we try to keep it fair. Yeah.
So when people want to have a look at your systems, how it works, how Applegate works, they can just come on the website and come to the live chat. Is there a particular section where they can just book a demo, and how long is the demo going on for?
Yeah, of course. So by heading over to our supplier website, which is hello.applegate.co.uk, we would then have the option for you to book through a demo, simply filling out a quick form, telling us a little bit about your business, and then you would have the option as well to come through on our live chat if you so wish. Live chat can be found both on our main website, which is applegate.co.uk, and both on our supplier informative website, which is hello.applegate.co.uk. And through that, we would then be here to respond to you to set up a demonstration, or alternatively, you can just give us a call on 01271 852 000. That's a little get in there, Ross. Here's our number.
Great. No, I want to inform everybody about what they can do, how they can do it, and I was just about to go on the contacts page and...
Oh, were you? I beat you to it just.
I was just about to say, but thank you very much for reading out the telephone.
I thought I can't miss the opportunity to drop it in, so...
No, that's fine. Is there anything that yourself you would really like to touch on? Would you like to mention particularly about for people to know about Applegate and why they should come to you, why they should contact you, other than from what they've already heard about is probably very good potential business for them going forth? Is there anything that yourself you would like to really mention?
No, just in a nutshell, if you can take on new clients, if you are a business who can take on new clients, the likelihood is we have buyers looking for your products and services who are motivated with defined requirements, and we'd love to get you in front of them. So yeah, give us a shout. It's always worth a quick conversation. We're very nice. We don't bite. Don't hesitate. Just give us a call, and yeah, we'd love to learn more about you guys and see if there is a good fit.
That sounds absolutely perfect. I would like to say thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for providing information about Applegate, and I will provide more links and more information in our sort of show notes, which is, our podcast is all available on Apple Podcast and Spotify and various of other platforms, if you want to say. As listeners, I will give you all the information. If you ever want to contact Katherine, I will put some emails or some contact details in the show notes as well, and I'm sure Katherine can help you out with Applegate and your business. So once again, thank you very much, Katherine, for joining. Thank you everyone for listening, and take care.
Thank you, Ross. It's been a pleasure to be here with you.
Thanks. Take care. Have a good day.
And you. Thank you.